In today's class, we are going to discuss about the topic control statements in C program. What is a C language? The C language is a basic computer programming language which is in a structured format. In these, the concept that we are going to discuss are: the first concept is introduction to C language, the second concept is structure of C program, third concept is control statements. Introduction to C language. The C program is designed by Dennis Ritchie at Bell Laboratories in the early 1970s. Usually, whenever we are looking into all the inventions, it could be a laptop. Basically, it was a computer. Then it got modified into a laptop. Just like that, this computer language was derived from various other languages. That is ALGOL 60 during the year 1960. It was designed by Peter Knorr. And ALGOL refers to algorithmic language. It is the first language that is introduced for code blocks with a begin and end pair for delimiting them. So there is a structure for it. It has a code block. Then there is a certain limit with the begin and the end in the program. It is a key to advance the rise of structured program. Then the next language is CPL. CPL means combined programming language. Why is it called as a combined programming language? Means it is divided and it is formed, at last it is combined. First set was invented in University of Cambridge, and the second pair is invented in University of London. At last both the programming language is combined in order to form a combined programming language. It is mainly used for industrial process control, business data processing. The earlier command line games were also used the CPL language for their coding. It is a multiple paradigm programming language. Okay. Next we are moving on to BCPL, which means a basic combined programming language. It is a procedural, imperative, and structured programming language, and it is originally intended for writing compilers for other languages. Next, we are moving on to a B language, which is invented by Ken Thompson during the year 1970. It is actually derived from BCPL. It is designed for recursive, non-numeric, machine-independent application such as system and language softwares. Okay. Next, the various features of C program is fast and efficient. It is portable because it can be used in one set of program can be used in one system. At the same time, it can be used in other system too. Function rich libraries. There are various functions that are implemented using a C program. Modularity. The same program is flexible and it can be used in a wide variety. Easy to extend. Imagine you are writing a mathematical one. If you are doing it for addition, it can be extended to subtraction, multiplication, and division too. Then a variety of data types are used, like character, integer, a floating point, and so on, and various powerful operators and the difficult operators are also implemented using C program. Next, this is the basic structure of a C program, which has a header on the top, which includes a hash include with an arrow mark of studio.h. stdio, that means the standard input and output in the header. Then the main function is given, that is like int main of. Int means the integer value, which has an open bracket. That is the main format. I'm giving you a simple program here. It can be moved on to the complex one. Then the variable declaration has to be given at the beginning of the main function, that is int a is equal to 10. That means the integer value of a is 10. Then we are moving on to the body, that is printf. Print means the printing instruction is given using the term printf. Percentage d. Percentage d is the character input that is given for an integer value. Then a is calling the integer value over here. Then it should be within the printf statement, and it should be followed by a semicolon. Then we are returning the value, that is return of 0, then again semicolon, then the bracket is closed. You have to follow the same structure. Since it's a structured programming language, only then you will get a proper output. Next, the various control statements. The control statements are the block of programming that analyzes the variables, and it chooses the direction in which to be based on given parameters. Imagine you want to move from one place to another place. You should take a route. That road should lead to the proper destination. Just like that, the control statements in the computer program is leading a path in which the program should follow a proper path in order to reach the required output. Okay. There are two types of control statements. One is branching statement, second one is looping statement. Branching statement allows the flow. It moves on in a step-by-step manner, one by one. If this is the first, the condition will be executed. Then if that is the case, the other part will be executed. Whereas in looping statement, it executes a block of statement, that is set of statements will be executed in order to move to the next condition. Okay. The classification of control statements. Branching statements is further divided into if statement, if else statement, and switch statement. And the looping statement is again divided into while statement, do while statement, and for loop. And here there is all those statements and the loops have a very minor difference in between them. So we have to we'll be detailing about that. If statement. What is an if statement? Imagine if someone asks you whether you want a coffee or tea or a juice. If it is summer, most preferably we'll be choosing something cold, like juice or something like. If it is if it is a winter, we'll be moving on to tea or coffee. Just like that, if an if statement will have a condition. If it is summer, then we'll be consuming juice. If it is a winter, we want tea or coffee. Just like that, here the if statement will be checked whether it is true. If it is summer, okay, that condition is checked. If it is not, then the condition will not be checked. Okay. If then it is moving on to a Boolean expression. So I said a normal example. Here we are moving on to a computer formatted one. This is a flow chart. Basically, for all the problem statement, we'll have a flow chart at first. That is, first it is given a condition in a decision symbol. If it is true, what is there in the condition code will be executed. If it is false, it will be terminated. So we are moving on to a program, an example. You can see that just like that in the structure, it will be followed. First it is #include stdio.h, then is int main of, then the integer value is given, that is 10. It is checked. The Boolean condition, it is called as a Boolean condition, and it is checked. And if it is less than 20, the print statement will give you a is less than 20. And if it is false, anyway it will be printing. the value of A is, what is it given over here? It's 10. Then the return statement is given. The whole program will be executed. At the bit below that program, I've given you the output of it. A is less than 20 because the A value is 10. Then the value of A is 10. Next, we are moving on to an if-else statement. A if statement is followed by an optional else, that is, if it is summer, if it is winter, just like that. If statement is given, the condition will be evaluated. If it is false, the else part will be executed. So if has a boolean expression, a set of condition will be executed, or the else statement is executed if the statement is a false statement. The flowchart is given, the condition is given, and if the condition is true, the if code will be executed. If the condition is false, then the else code will be executed. If else statement here, as usual, the include the stdio.h int main of, the integer value here is given as 100, and if a is less than 20, a is less than 20 will be given, and the else part is a is not less than 20. Then the value will be printed and the return statement is given. Here the result is a is not less than 20 since the a value is 100. Then the value of a is 100 is printed. Next, the switch statement. Switch statement allows a variable to be tested for the equality against a list of values. That means each value is called as a case, and the variable will be switched on, and each time the switch case will be executed and it will be checked. You can see here, within a switch there will be an expression, that will be, you can give the condition and various case can be given. For example, in a class, when you are given marks, if your marks are given grades for each marks, probably it will be from 90 to 100 you are going to get an A grade. From 80 to 90 it can be B grade. Just like that, if you want to determine your grades based on your marks, we can use the switch condition. Next, here the flow chart. First we'll give an expression for case 1. If the value is between 90 to 100, then print it is A grade. If it is between 80 to 90, it can be given as B grade, and 70 to 90 it can be C, and so on. Here we can see here actually they are giving the comments for each grades. Okay, hash include stdio.h, the main value int main is given, the character grade is equal to B. Okay, for switch of grade, so the grade value is checked here. Okay, the condition of grade is checked. So case A, print excellent. If it is an A grade, it is going to be excellent. For B and C, it is given well done. For case D, it is you are passed. Case F, better try next time. And default, it is given if none of this A, B, C, D and F is not given. Maybe it could be G or A, any other value you give, it will come as invalid grade. Here we are giving B grade. Okay, your grade is B, so the output that we are getting is well done. Okay, next we are moving on to while loop. Here looping means a set of condition will be executed. Actually it repeatedly executes the target statement as long as the condition is true. The condition will be a non-zero value, and the loop means it iterates. I'll tell you what it is, and if it becomes false, it will come out of the program. First, a while for the while statement, a condition is given, then the statement will be executed. Here you can see a while has a condition, and the conditional code will be executed. Once that set of values are executed, and if it is true, again it will be executed, and it will be moving on with certain steps, and until and unless it becomes false, it will not return back, it will not exit. Once it becomes false, it will become exit. Here as usual, the declaration is same, the int value is same. Here the value of a is 10. While a is less than 10, okay, a is less than 20, the value will be printed. Then a plus plus means one value will be incremented over here. So the value of 10 is printed. Again the same statement will be executed. So the value becomes increased by 1. So it becomes 11. So when it is 11, then again it is executed repeatedly till it becomes 20. It will be executed. Once it reaches 20, it will terminate. It will leave and it will move on to the false condition. So it will return the value and it will quit the program. Okay. Next, do while. Here during the while statement, first itself the condition will be tested. Here only at the end of those loop the while statement will be given and it will be executing. Again it will be a recursive one, that is repeatedly it will be executed. Here the syntax is do of statements, then it is while and the condition is given. Do while, that is the flow chart. First in the do the conditional code is given, while the condition is given. So first the conditional code will be executed, only then the while condition will be checked. Moving on to the code block, if it is true, again the whole thing will be executed, and if the condition becomes false, then it will terminate. Okay, do while loop. Here again the a value is 10. Do the printf value will be printed. Okay, then a is equal, we can give the increment operator within two formats. One is a plus plus, you can use that, or you can use a is equal to a plus 1, both means the same. Then again while condition is checked whether it is less than 20 till it becomes 20 or any number beyond that, till it reaches 20 it will be executed. Once it reaches 20, it's not less than that, so it is equal to that, so it becomes wrong, it becomes a false statement and it terminates the program. Then we are moving on to the for loop. It is a repetition control structure that allows you to efficiently write a loop that needs to execute a specific number of times. Here a for loop will contain three statements, that is an initialization statement, control statement and an increment statement. First, initializing means first a value will be initialized, then there will be a conditional statement, whether it is a true or a false statement will be given, that is a condition. Then it will be increment statement will be given. Okay, either it can be incrementing or it can be decrementing, that value will be given. Syntax is for, first it is initialized, that is init, that then the condition is evaluated, then the increment value will be given, then a set of statement will be executed. Okay, first the condition is evaluated again, then the loop is true. If the condition is true, it will repeat itself, that is it will be kept on incrementing or it will be kept on executing the same statements. Once it becomes false, it terminates the statement. Here the first for initialization is given, condition is given, increment is given, then the conditional code is executed. After that the condition will be checked. If it is true, again the code block and the increment will be executed. But initialization will be executed only once, but whereas the condition and the increment will be evaluated each time it is executed. Once it becomes false, it will terminate the statement. Here as usual the include stdio.h header is declared, int main function is declared, the a value is given. Okay, integer is given as a, then the for loop gets executed, then the same line, for a is equal to 10, a should be less than 20 and it is incremented. A is equal to 10 is the initialization, a less than 20 is the condition, a is equal to a plus 1 is the increment function. Then printf, the value of a is equal to the %d, that is the integer value is called over here and it will be printing the value. So repeatedly it is executed 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. Once it reaches 20, the condition becomes false and it will terminate the statement. So what all we learned today is the introduction of the C language, structure of C program, and the control statements, the branching statement, which includes if statement, if else statement, switch statement. Then the looping statement includes while loop, do while loop, and the for loop. Okay, that's all for today's class. Thank you.